Hello everybody, this is Nate with the STS Guys bringing you another action figure unboxing. Today we have a wonderful new addition. We have the Wonder Woman figure from Mezco Toys. This is the classic version, so this is the Mezco exclusive version. They are going to be making a standard Wonder Woman, which is more of a modern take. However, this is more of a classic style Wonder Woman. You'll see what I mean once we get into the figure, but let's go ahead and start with the box. So on the front of the box, you get this really cool lettering for Wonder Woman. You get the classic Wonder Woman logo here. You get the Mezco exclusive sticker, 112 Collective. You get the DC logo. This is the smaller box for Mezco exclusives. The standard box is quite a bit larger and it's a window style. This one does not have the window style packaging, but I actually prefer the smaller box just from a collector's standpoint. On the side of the box, you get this cool Wonder Woman logo. It says Wonder Woman, Mezco Toys. Same thing on the other side. And on the back, you get some really cool art of Wonder Woman and in the style that she comes in. So you can kind of see what I mean by the classic version. But I always love this art. It looks great. The reds really pop. Definitely speaks Wonder Woman to me. So I've already kind of pre-unpackaged this. I already took the figure out of the box. So let's go ahead and look at her. And yeah, this figure looks exceptional. The first thing that pops out to me is the bright colors, and you can kind of see what I mean by that classic style Wonder Woman. So she's got these really kind of high-rise shorts here. They got longer as time went on. This is more of like the Linda Carter style, but I really like the way this came out. I love the bright red colors. You can see it in her armor, the gold bright coloring in her armor. She's got silver and red on her gauntlets here. And then you can see the bright red coloring in her boots. But starting at the top, the head sculpt looks really great. This one is more of like kind of a very defiant looking face. She's very stern. Got that awesome classic headband that Wonder Woman is known for. Really long, dark, black hair here. And the sculpting on the hair looks exceptional. It is a little bit harder plastic, but they do a good job of not limiting articulation too much because it kind of rises off the back when you move her head. So if you want to look up, it's kind of gets in the way, but looking down is not much of a problem. So going into the figure a little bit more, you can see some great sculpting in this armor piece. This armor piece is all one piece, and unfortunately due to that, there's really not much ab articulation at all. She cannot move forward very well, which is kind of a letdown, I gotta say, because you can see on the back she actually has a cut where articulation should be, but it just doesn't really move because of that armor piece. But it does look exceptional. The shorts here are a fabric and they have some vinyl on top, so for the stars and the blue kind of lines, that is vinyl, but the shorts themselves are like a fabric. So nice way of them including some tailored clothing. She's got some holsters on the side here. One of them's probably for her sword. The other one's probably for her lasso of truth. The gauntlets, which I pointed out before, are a silver and red. Got some stars all throughout there. Then you have her boots here. Boots look great. Nice bright red coloring. Get the silver going down the center. And then some line work in the sculpting to kind of give you that armor feel. And then down into her shoes here. But overall, very classic style looking Wonder Woman. I had to add this to my Mezco Justice League. We're getting very close to having a full league from Mezco, and I'm trying to get all the classics versions of the figures. So this one was a no-brainer. But going into the figure a little bit more, she comes actually loaded with accessories. So we'll start with the extra head sculpt. So I'm so glad we got two head sculpts. This one is her, definitely looks mad. She's showing her teeth here. She's probably fighting with this one or holding somebody off or, you know, blocking something. But I really like how they gave us two head sculpts. And you can see great detailing in this one. I love how bright her blue eyes are. You can see the lipstick on her. Her teeth are nice and white. You get that headband again. And then the great sculpting in her hair here. Really did a nice job showing the flow of the hair. Nice black long hair for Wonder Woman. Really great head sculpts. I'm very happy with how the head sculpts came out on this. And then you just get like a crap ton of accessories, weapons. So she gets her sword, and this sword looks really great. It's, you know, kind of pointy actually. This is all plastic, so it's not made out of metal. But they did so good with the coloring and kind of like adding some gloss that it does look like it's a metal, but it is not. You got some gold here, really nice line work in that sculpting, and then the red handle down into this gold kind of pointed piece at the bottom. But great looking sword. It's going to look awesome with the figure. You do get a bundled up lasso of truth. So this one's all kind of nice and neat. You can put that on the side of her, so she's got it, you know, in her inventory, ready to use. But good work on the rope. It looks like it's a rope. You know, they got some nice little line detailing there, and it's a bright gold. You get this awesome classic Wonder Woman shield, and this thing is substantial. You know, it's a really nice thick piece of plastic. And they did a great job doing this different line work on the front. I love the bright color paint they chose. It really makes it pop. You got that cool Wonder Woman logo right in the middle. And then on the back, you have handles so she can hold it on her arm, and a cool little kind of gold piece around that there. But great work on these accessories. They really came out well. You get this awesome axe. So this axe looks pretty substantial. It's a nice big axe. I love the blue, the gold, the red. You can see the wood kind of coming out there right in the middle. Really great details. I love the accessories. That's one thing Mezco is really known for, is those intricate details on their accessories. I really appreciate it. Then we get, what is this, 2, 4, 6, 8 hands. So you get the closed fist, which is already on her. You get 2 kind of open hands for holding things. So this is probably to hold her lasso, because this is a little bit smaller. So you can put that in that hand. She gets 2 of those. You get 2 open hands. So action poses, if she wants to hold something, you can use your imagination. I like how, you know, it looks like skin tone. The fingers are well done. Not really any nails or anything there. Actually, you can kind of see the nails just barely. That probably won't come out in the video. But they are sculpted in, but they're not colored or anything. And then you get 2 more hands for holding things, and these look like they're probably to hold the swords, or I could be wrong. This might actually be for the lasso itself. It's always hard to tell when you're unboxing what the hands are specifically for until you start putting accessories. But you can see her thumb is up in this one. So that's not all the accessories. You have a second layer of stuff here, so let's go into that. And then you get, oops, there's another layer of plastic. So starting here, you have this really awesome cape. Let me see if I can take this out really quick. Bear with me, guys. Okay, here we go. This cape is really well done. I love the fabric they used here. It's this nice blue sheen to it. It looks great. I can see that really working well in photos. But it's nice dark blue. And then they've had these stars that kind of line the sides. And another thing that's really cool is this is wired. So you can mold this. So if you want it, you know, like kind of flap it in the wind after you put it on here, you can kind of mold it back like that. And then there is a piece right here. Actually, I don't think this comes apart, but you can kind of see there's like a piece that holds it together. I think the easiest way to put this on, rather than trying to take that apart, is actually just taking her head off and slipping on the top. Let me see if I can do that real quick to show it off. So let's pop her head off here. And then put this on like that, and then put her head right back on. So you gotta kind of get a quick idea of how it's gonna look, but you know, you gotta mess with it and make it look nicer. But nice big kind of cape for her. I love how they included this. You don't normally get these with Wonder Woman figures, so it's a really nice addition, and they did a nice job with the fabric. Looks great. So in the second layer, you do get some other accessories as well. Let me pull this back. You get a nice long staff. So the staff kind of follows in line with the rest of the weapons. Really, really nicely detailed. Looks like metal, but it's not. That is plastic. And then you have this nice, really long wood handle. These red pieces for where she can grab onto it. And then you have this pointy piece here at the bottom. Great work on these accessories, though. And then this is a really cool addition. You get a longer lasso of truth, and this one is all out, and it's also wired. So you could have that wrap around somebody if you want to do a picture of her using the lasso of truth for getting some truth out of some people. You can have that wrapped around someone. You know, you kind of just wrap it around them like that. You get the idea. But I love how they include this wired lasso of truth for action shots, so you can really kind of use your imagination of how you want to use that. And then, as with all Mezcos, you get a display base. This one has the Wonder Woman logo. I don't use these because they are a little bit bigger, but I always think it's a really nice touch. They look awesome. And then you get a display stand. These are super useful if you want to do action poses. They're really nice and strong. I actually really like the Mezco stands. They work great for when you're doing action shots. So overall, I am super impressed with this figure. This is a necessary addition to my Mezco League, like I said before, so it was a no-brainer to pick her up. And then I think it just came out great. I'm going to take this cape off. We'll quickly cover her articulation. I have heard, unfortunately, that she is fairly limited in articulation. One thing that Mezco, I think a lot of people agree that we could use an updated female buck because they tend to be a little bit limited, but we'll cover this real quick. So she can put her arm all the way up to there, no problem. It goes all the way around, no issue. Her arm, unfortunately, is only a single joint, so you only get about that much range. Just a little more than 90 degrees, but not much. And then, like I said before, she does not have any ab pivot or ab movement at all, and there is no rotation, which is a big bummer, I gotta say. I would love for her to move a little bit more, because doing a dynamic action pose and not being able to move that ab is going to be a little tough. Her legs go out really far, about that far. They go forward about that far, I would say, without really trying to push it too much. And then they don't go back. Actually, they go back a little bit. The knees as well are also single jointed, so you get a little bit more than 90 degrees movement out of that, but that's also a disappointment. By this point, for the price of the figure, I would really like it if Mezco would give us double joints on the arms and the knees. It's kind of a letdown when you get a figure that can't move as well. Going into the feet have good forward and back movement and a really nice rocker, actually. They rock back and forth really well. So not horrible articulation, but definitely not my favorite in terms of articulation, especially when you get figures like Gomez that have crazy amounts of articulation, and then they give us a figure that doesn't. It doesn't really make a lot of sense sometimes, but I'm not knocking them too much. This figure came out exceptional. These Mezco figures are like pieces of art, so I'm very happy to add it to my collection. If this is your first STS Guys video, please check out the rest of our channel. We do a lot of unboxings. We do weekly podcasts on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We do conventions. We do pretty much anything. So give us a subscribe if you like our channel. Give me a big fat thumbs up if you like this video. And thanks for tuning in. This has been Nate with the STS Guys.